What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and we have two new Infernity cards to talk about. Infernity's been getting a lot of support recently. Konami's probably just has been like, you know what, deck, we should bring out a freaking, bring back to life Infernity. Apparently. I mean, I like Infernity, but it's a fun deck to play, but I don't know. Lately the cards for Infernity have been pretty shit. But let's see if these two new cards will be anything. I know there's two new cards, I didn't really read them. But one of which is Infernity Sage, level 2 Dark Fiend Tuner effect monster, 400 attack, 800 defense, hard once per turn on both of its effects. During your main phase, you can discard your entire hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Infernity monster from your deck to your hand. You must have no cards in your hand to activate and resolve this effect. The first effect, The second effect, This, because you don't need cards like this. In Infernity, you don't really need cards that say discard your entire hand. You only really Infernity. If your deck is built correctly, you can do that anyway. Just the Infernity deck is really good at getting empty-handed anyway, except for, in real life when people apparently were cheating and setting their monsters face down, but then, they went down to playing less monsters so that they can get empty-handed. And that's my issue with the synchro build. This kind of fixes it, because this would go into like a synchro build. The first effect, I guess, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the first effect, because like I said, most of the time you can get empty-handed anyway. And the second effect is good because Infernity plays out of their graveyard. Most decks do nowadays. The graveyard is a resource. It is not the ever fucking like, oh, I guess my card's gone unless I draw my one copy of Monster Reborn and everything that it used to be back in like 2004. Anyway, next up is Infernity Pawn, level 1 Dark Fiend effect with 0 attack and 0 defense. During your draw phase, if you have no cards in your hand, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Instead of conducting your normal draw, activate one of the following effects. Place one Infernity card from your deck on top of your deck, or set one void spell or trap card from your deck to the field. So, this card is not very good for Infernities. Infernities are a spam deck. They throw out monsters left and right, because none of their cards are hard once per turns, or none of the good cards of their effects are hard once per turns, because they came out in the 5Ds era, where most of the 5Ds cards said hard once per turns. I don't know the meaning of the word. And a lot of parts of Zexal did that too. That's why with some with links and everything, some decks just fucking got a lot of support and like skyrocketed. And with Infernities, there was an FTK with them, but that was because of Firewall Dragon, less of them. And then there was extra linking with Infernities without Firewall Dragon. The point is, Infernities have always kind of been this like deck that they're able to just generate so much card advantage that they can keep going. And this card doesn't really add to that. This card is like one of those cards that you're like, I don't want to draw. Well, it doesn't matter if you can't use it to not draw out. Like I'm pretty sure in the manga, he used the manga effect is if you have no cards in your hand, you can you don't have to draw, or that might be another card. But the point is this card I don't think is very good for the deck. It doesn't do anything, because Infernities are, at the heart of it, they're like a 1 to 2 turn deck at best. Or 2 is being very generous with how slow the deck is. If the deck usually takes more than 1 turn to go off, you're probably just not going to win. Because the whole idea of the deck is to go first and set up a bunch of negates, or if it goes second, you hopefully you can play out of your opponent's field, right? And then you just OTK them. That's all Infernities do, is they generate a ton of advantage, and if they can't OTK, they have a lot of spells and traps for, specifically traps for disruption, which is perfectly fine, since because of the way the deck works. But yeah, that's it for today. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, email's in the description. You go ahead and tell me what you think about these Infernity cards in the comments section. I do read all your comments. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is just to like, comment, subscribe, and maybe share it with your friends. Who knows? Those are the best way to support the channel, and they do it for free. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.